Hey y'all. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of requests lately to show how to contour, and I thought, why not, for the ones that I'm not near, go ahead and do a short video, well, hopefully it'll be short, of how to actually do it and what I personally use or what you can use, so be it. I did a very basic face, in case anybody is wondering. I really didn't do anything but add powder. I used the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium, and that's pretty much it, other than filling in my eyebrows. And I use this to conceal little face monsters that we all have a tendency to get. And then the primer is Hourglass. Love this one, by the way. Anywho, what I use to contour, not everybody may be able to get, so that's why I'm going to show you some substitutes. Forgot one. That are in the different price ranges for different budgets. And this is my favorite, and it's used in my kit as well. And it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. Now this is the powder. I haven't gotten the cream yet. That is a newer item, so this is what I use. And please ignore it's not exactly the cleanest, but this is the light kit that I got, the lightest. Granted, you can get any shade that you want, but to use the highlighters they have, it is necessary for me to get the lightest one, even though I am tan. Well, you can't tell by this camera anyway. This kit contains 3 different contour colors, and they each can also be used as bronzer. It depends on what your preference is. For me, I use this middle shade. It is matte, and it doesn't have an actual color listed with it. This is my contour color, and this is what I typically use for bronzer. I tried using this for contour one day, and it just didn't go very well with my skin tone. So this one is better for me as contour, and this is better for me as bronzer. And then this is my favorite highlight ever. It has just that perfect amount of shimmer. Then you have, it's kind of really hard to see, but this is a pale yellow. It's called Banana Powder, and it is amazing for under eye circles when you put concealer on, to set it with this, and it is its own highlight, in other words. And then this is just a setting powder if you want to use it. Sometimes I use it to top my highlight and my T-zone, but I always use this. Now, today I'm going to be showing you how I contour with this color, this middle shade. But there are other options, which I'll get into real quick. One that is it's over the counter, which means it is the cheaper version, basically. And it is Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. It can be used as either contour or bronzer. And that is the color. It's not showing up quite as pigmented as it is, but that is a very, very good substitute if you can't necessarily if something like this is not in your makeup collection. And other different ways is eyeshadow. Most people don't know that, but eyeshadow doesn't necessarily have to be used on your eyes. I have an example with the Naked 3 palette. It has a shade called Nooner in it. This is more of a mauvey pinky brown, which is really, really good for when I'm paler. This is the color that I use, and because it stands out more. Also, for special occasions, I will use it because it's a much stronger contour color than some of the other stuff I use. And then, of course, you can always find it. I have the Too Faced. You have all these different, both cool and warm browns that you can use. And the same with the original chocolate bar. You have all these different original colors that you can use for more than just eyeshadow. Now, the brush that I'm using is, I don't know the name of it. It's bad on me. But it is it's a contour brush. So what I'm going to do is start with the cheeks to show y'all. I'm just going to lightly do that, tap off the excess, and then what you do is where the top of your ear is, you kind of just start and go down there. And you want to get in that hollow of your cheek. Pardon the fish face. But it's really and you do not want to go further than about right here, because you do not want it touching your mouth. It's not meant to go down that far. Contouring is meant to just bring out your natural cheekbones where they are. And then you can kind of go up like that a little bit to add a little more definition. The next place that you contour is right under here. And basically, when we're done, I'm going to show you a trick that helps you remember how exactly to do it. You just lightly, and don't worry, these colors blend out very well. That's what they're meant to do. And you just do that. And then you want to go under the chin. Now remember, you really, 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 really do not want to do a line that is literally going to look like a line. The point of this is specifically for shading and hiding some of those things us ladies like to keep concealed. There's a big difference now, and like right now you can see my cheekbone. This one is just very flat, very one-toned. The next place that you do it is where your temple is. Kind of right in front of your temple and up into the hair. Just kind of that entire part right there is where you want to contour. It brings in, again, that aspect. And then course, you can either use bronzer or the contour for up here. I do both because the contour is merely shading for me. And then that's pretty much it when it comes to the forehead. Because when you're done, you'll put highlighter right here in the middle, and you'll have your bronzer on both sides that will bring out even more so the shading, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this, and I'll meet you right back. Okay, I'm back. I simply finished off this side of my face. Now I'm going to show you how to contour your nose, if you so choose. This is not everybody's cup of tea. Some people like doing it, some people don't. I do because of the way it just brings my face, it finishes it, more or less. And you do even less of powder. Very lightly, you start where your bone is right here. Very lightly, start basically shading in your nose right there. You can go up to your eyebrow. I don't normally because I kind of have a short nose to begin with, but I also don't like darkening that part. So once you do both sides, make sure, ladies, when you do this, you are blending. Blending is the key here. If you don't blend, it's gonna be very noticeable that you just put makeup on your nose. And then for me, I lightly go over the tip of my nose. And that is it as far as what I do for contouring. There is one little trick that I do. Sometimes right under your lip here, you have a little shadow. And if you're like me, I don't have very voluptuous lips, so I do what I can, the whole fake it till you make it kind of thing with makeup. You just put it right under there, and then when you go to put your lip color on, you have a pouty lip. But this is how you contour. The main trick is you need to find what colors are good for your skin tone. Luckily, this palette has some for most anybody. But yeah, the next trick that I was going to tell you to remember how to do this is this side you have a 3, as well as on this side. One's backwards, one is regular way. But you follow the shape of a 3. That's how you contour. It's pretty easy once you do that, because then you know where to go from there. At least for me, that was how it was. But yeah. And then when you highlight, I like to make sure people know this, because highlighting is just as important, if sometimes not more so than contouring. You take the highlight, which my favorite is this one, and you put it right there. And you kind of make a little loop-de-loop. Actually, I don't think that's right. Anyway, you just, the very high points of your face, that's where you put it. Put it on the tip of your nose. You put it in the center of your forehead, and then you put it right there on the ball of your chin. And voila, you are finished for highlighting and contouring. You can do it much heavier. I usually do, but like I said, I didn't do any I didn't under eye concealer or anything. I literally just did a light powder and that's it. So yeah, this is how you contour. If you have any questions, just message me. I have my business page, True Beauty, on Facebook. And I am on Thumbtack as well under the same name. I am obviously on YouTube, so you can message or comment me on here. And I do now have a Twitter. It's going to take me a while to figure that one out, but I do now have a Twitter, so feel free to message me whenever. I would love to help where and when I can. So I hope y'all all have a great day. Well, actually it's more night now, isn't it? I hope everyone enjoys their night, and until next time, peace out, lovelies.